All right, well, we're still here on Varick Street. We're actually just on the other side of the 1888 trolley. Again, the trolley they're using to kind of corral people down Hamilton Street to the post-race party. We're actually waiting on a very special moment here. We had a couple of runners who came up to us, one runner in particular. His name is Mike. We won't go into any further detail beyond that. But Mike pulled us aside and said, listen, guys, if you could give me a couple minutes, I'm actually going to propose to my girlfriend right on the side of the trolley.
The reason I decided to do the proposal at the Boilermaker was I wanted everybody to be there. And so my parents live in Rome, so they were going to be there. And her parents were running it, so they were going to be there.
We've been lucky enough to run all over the country, from San Diego to Canada. We just ran a half marathon in Toronto last year. And of course, the Boilermaker.
We both ran it twice.
Twice now, yeah.
When we met Mike before Mike met Nicole. So here at Run of the Mill, which was very nice because he was a runner too. And he invited us down to the Boilermaker that July. Yeah. And we signed up and it was a great experience. We knew him for a year and a half before we met our daughter.
And I think Mike was living in the community. He had relocated here for work. He was living in the Old Orchard Beach area. And we just one day just ran into him and started talking to him, and kind of the rest is history. We struck up a friendship, and it just kind of developed into a strong friendship.
We had met Nicole's parents before we met Nicole because they went to Michael's 31st birthday, which was at the mill, and so we went to Maine for that, and we met them there, and we didn't even know anything about Nicole then.
How do we meet?
He invited us to the Boilermaker, so he said, we're running a race in Florida, come down. And then my daughter at the time was living in New Hampshire and moved back home. So we told her, come down to Florida with us.
And in Tampa, we kind of met briefly. And then as the weekend rolled on, we got to talking more, and then it went on from there. And then I asked her out the weekend we came back.
He's here, the girlfriend is here now. I believe we're just waiting on the ring at this point. And as soon as his sister, who held onto the ring for him during the race, I believe as soon as she gets here, this is actually going to happen.
His sister had the ring. So, at the end, the finish line, the runners can go to the trolley. That's where we were going to meet, at the trolley. But the spectators have to go all around the block there, because you can't cross the finish line if you're not a runner. They don't let you. So he was waiting there for his sister to bring the ring.
I had a little anxiety. I never stopped during races, and the last, I made the 9 miles, and the last 0.3, I actually stopped, and it was kind of catching my breath because everything was coming to fruition, right? Everything was coming to real, and I was just got a little anxiety about it, and actually stopped, and I never stopped in races, and I had some water, and then
I think things are starting to take place right now. We're going to slowly move our way back. Again, they're posing right now for the family photo. Maybe Tim, if we could get you on this side.
You done filming?
And I think we see the box right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a Boilermaker proposal right here on Varick Street.
When Mike was proposing to me, I actually had no idea that a camera crew was even filming us. I had no idea until once he got up and we hugged, and the camera crew came over and started interviewing me. So I was kind of a little thrown back and was not prepared at all.
Everybody knew except Nicole. She was shocked.
And the crowd approves, everybody. The crowd approves. Again, this is Mike and his girlfriend, now fiance. This was actually her first Boilermaker road race, and he chose to use this venue to profess his love for her, and she accepted. Congratulations.
One thing I do like about the Boilermaker is the community support.
What's your name?
Every mile, every step, there's someone there cheering you on, handing out water. Just really there to help you, and that makes it so much easier than running 9.3 alone. And you hear the crowds, the bands. I got my the DJs on the course. It's just really a great event. The one thing I do not like is the hill in the golf course.
That Saranac Brewery, they put on a pretty good party. That was pretty awesome.
The Boilermaker's so historic. Before we met Mike, we knew about the Boilermaker, but we hadn't really thought about going. We just knew it was out there. In fact, we have a lot of friends that see our shirts now, and they always say, I've got to get to that race someday. So people are very aware of it. Obviously, it's a very historic race. I mean, certainly it's historic when you have permanent mile markers.
They're a great couple. They seem to hit it off well together. I think they're a good match. And it's good that they have a common theme with this running. It's starting to run all over the country. You know, it's a good reason for him to come home now. We've got the Boilermaker, so he's got to come home at least once a year.
All right, so obviously this was your first Boilermaker, correct?
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Normally,
Your first proposal, too.
yeah, I was going to say normally that would be experience enough for people. I think your first Boilermaker memories will always be good ones after today, correct?
Outstanding,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, thank you.
All right, congratulations,
Thank
guys.
you very much. Thank you.
All right, a Boilermaker proposal again here on Varick Street. Now back to you guys. Nicole, did you expect this at all? No. Did you expect the camera crew to be standing by waiting as well?
No.
Neither did I.
All right, so obviously this was your first Boilermaker, correct?
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Normally,
Your first proposal, too.
yeah, I was going to say normally that would be experience enough for people. I think your first Boilermaker memories will always be good ones after today, correct?
Outstanding, yeah.
Yes, yes, thank you.
All right, congratulations,
Thank
guys.
you very much. Thank you.
All right, a Boilermaker proposal again here on Varick Street. Now back to you guys.
All right, Mike Spellman, thank you very much. Congratulations to Mike and Nicole. I don't know if that's the first Boilermaker engagement or not. What do you think, Stephen Baum?
I'm looking through all my notes, the Boilermaker fun facts. I can honestly say I don't have anything written down about a Boilermaker proposal, but we'll have it in the books for next year.
All right, how about you, Dave OJ? You remember that one?
Can't recall it, I have to say, but it's not to say it hasn't occurred.
We've been lucky enough to run all over the country, from San Diego to Canada. We just ran a half marathon in Toronto last year. And of course, the Boilermaker.
I wasn't surprised that he did something like that. He's always doing crazy stuff like that.